No, no. This is not the theme song for this Supergirl. It is a theme song for the CBS CW Melissa Benoist Supergirl TV series that lasted 6 seasons. The first season on CBS and the other 5 seasons on the CW. But this Supergirl, which I don't have a theme song for, so he became very low budget and used a TV show version, is based off the Flash film, and the figures, of course, Mcfarlane, DC Multiverse 7-inch figure. Here's, of course, the front of the box, side, and here's the back. I didn't mind the art too much. He started to get better over time with the art in the back of the boxes. This figure I got from Amazon about 2.5 years ago. It was released more or less around the time of the film coming out. It was for $19.99. You could still find her on Amazon for like maybe $16, maybe $15. She didn't really sell well. The face. But I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna try to be fair. It was, I think, at the start of Mcfarlane. I think he already had the license for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, and he wasn't really doing that many female figures. And this is also pre-wired cloth capes. It's fully plastic. Here's the back of the figure. So trying to pose her is going to be kind of difficult. I'm so glad he went wired capes. He gave us a flight stand with this figure and an extra pair of hands. And we were lucky because back then he was just giving us the figure, a stand, whether a flight stand or a black stand, not both. And of course he gave us a card. So it's the standard articulation, double jointed, which is nice. The head sculpt. I don't see Sasha Kaye, who was the actress who played Supergirl in the Flash film, in this figure. But for a 1999 figure, I guess beggars can't be choosy, right? But yeah, not, like, it's okay. I wouldn't pay more than $13. I mean, stupidly, I paid $20, which again, still not bad when figures by like Marvel Legends, they were already charging $24.99, $29.99 for a lot of the figures. So I'm not going to complain too much about it. It's not perfect. The costume is reminiscent of a Henry Cavill costume from Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, which I have. I should have bought them out, but I didn't. And the costume on the TV series Supergirl was dark, just like the Henry Cavill Superman. So they were trying to keep it even. Didn't mind the movie so much. I would not have gone to the movies to go see The Flash. And as far as the TV show goes, it was alright. I would say the first 3 seasons were okay. And then it just got... I really enjoyed the crossovers, though, between Supergirl, The Flash, DC Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow. That I did appreciate. Also, newsflash, Mattel got the rights back for the master license to do DC figures again. So I'm assuming with the label of master license, I'm assuming they're able to do the 7-inch figures along with maybe 12-inch figures if they decide to. I mean, master license. I mean, I could be wrong. I really don't know much about how that thing works. So I think Tom McFarlane lost the licensing for doing DC figures. I did buy a lot of DC-UC back in the day from Mattel, and I love them. It was reminiscent of the Super Friends slash Superpowers figures, and I got a lot of them. I actually have them in my box in the closet. I even have the Wonder Twins. Maybe one day I'll take them out soon and show you. I loved DC-UC. Never had a problem with those figures. Just love them. I think in one of the DC-UC, Superman and Batman came with cloth capes. I think they were toying around with that. I prefer cloth. They need to stick with cloth because the plastic capes, you really can't pose them much. And I'm going to show you maybe the reason why Mattel got the licensing back. I didn't mind Tom McFarlane. I really did love a lot of the figures that he released, like the Wonder Woman Collector's Edition. I'm in love with the Power Girl figure. But the problem with Todd McFarlane, which I'm going to show you, one of his major issues is scaling. This looks okay. She's, smaller than Superman, as she should be. I love the cloth cape on this figure, and from as comic book Superman, my favorite look. Reminds me of the Super Friends slash Superpowers and comic. Well, it is based off the 1000 Action Comics. Here goes Batman. They seem like they go hand in hand. I got a cloth cape for this figure for $17 from a seller on eBay. I think her name is Batgirl with some numbers. I can't remember. Once I find out, I'll put that in the description. But here comes Wonder Woman. I don't have her on the stand. Now, it could make sense she's an Amazon. But I would prefer maybe Superman, Batman, and being more or less kind of the same height, even though she's big. But then, and let me put this Batman away. I love this Nightfall Batman. I'm gonna get a wired cape for him. This is the Hush Batman right here. He's the same size, I think, as Wonder Woman here, and she's not on a stand. He's got a stand that he's standing on. This is the Hush Batman. I got a wired cape on him. And here comes Christopher Reeve, which they kind of fit together. And here goes Power Girl. She's taller than Hush Batman, and he's on the stand a bit. It's a very thin stand, but he's still on the stand. And Power Girl seems taller than Christopher Reeve Superman. So, scaling with Tom McFarlane was a major issue. He did nice figures. They were inexpensive. I'm gonna be, I think the $29.99 isn't so bad. It's just the scaling. This figure sold out as well as the Wonder Woman figure. You can still get Christopher Reeve Superman through Amazon for $40, $39. So in a way, I'm a little sad that I won't be able to get a 7-inch Batgirl from the TV show like he did with Adam West. I'm not going to get a Linda Carter Wonder Woman through him to go along with my Christopher Reeve Superman, because Linda Carter Wonder Woman TV show was on from 1976 or 75 to 1979. So from 1975 to 79, we had the Wonder Woman TV show with Linda Carter, and Superman came out in 1978. And it's just kind of messed up that I won't get a Linda Carter version, 7-inch, to go with the Adam West Batman TV series 7-inch figure or the Christopher Reeve. So I think he's gonna lose a license in 2026. I think Mattel takes over. I'm not sure exactly what that entails though. I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna split it like with Mattel DC figures and then DC Direct back in the day. DC Direct was doing DC figures and then Mattel was doing DC figures. DC Direct also had issues with scaling. I have a Batgirl figure, Silver Age, that towered over Batman and Robin. So them two had scaling issues. And they, if you weren't careful with them, they had breakages with their figures. But yeah, I can't wait to see what Mattel gives us in 2026, and I hope they don't give us like 1,000 Batman figures the way Mcfarlane did when he took over the license. You know, I know that Batman sells, but we never got a Black Canary with Mcfarlane. We never got Zatanna, Hawkgirl, and it's kind of messed up because we can't finish the line. You know, Hawkgirl was part of DC. Zatanna was with Constantine. So it's kind of messed up that we're not going to get, you know, those figures because he concentrated so much on Batman that he didn't leave room for more obscure figures. I mean, thankfully we got Wildcat, but I wouldn't, you know, I would love a comic book of also Green Arrow to go with Black Canary. So it's kind of messed up that, you know, he went nuts over Batman, that we're not going to get those other figures. I wouldn't mind of, you know, Isis to go along with my Shazam. But yeah, that was my quick show and tell for Supergirl. Like I said, you can still find her. There's no problem finding her for cheap. But yeah, scaling issue was one of the main reasons that I think people didn't go crazy buying Mcfarlane stuff. Even though a lot of those figures sold out, I don't think he made too many. Because I've never had a problem getting a figure the way I did with Mcfarlane. So I'm hoping those issues will be rectified when Mattel takes over. But if anyone knows about how the licensing thing is going to work with Mattel and Mcfarlane, I'm not 100% sure if Mcfarlane is going to lose, you know, all rights to it, or he'll just do the 7-inch figures while Mattel does the 6-inch. I don't know. But I think for the most part, people like more the 6-inch. I like the 7-inch figures myself, but there's always that pain in the butt with scaling. Because even Marvel Select had that problem with their figures. The scaling was an issue with them too. And they concentrated a lot on Wolverine and, you know, making a bunch of those and making a bunch of Spider-Man, that we never got a comic accurate Scarlet Witch for Marvel Select. But yeah, I'm all over the place, just like Mcfarlane. But anyway, peeps, be safe, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, let them know how much you love them, and I hope you guys are safe. Have a great weekend.